Trenton 365 with Jacque Howard. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
Good evening and welcome to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host for this evening, Vont Leak. You're listening over WIMG AM 1300, New Jersey's oldest radio station and the 4-time Stellar Award-winning station. And if you are not listening, you're watching over WPHY Channel 25, covering Mercer County through the Verizon network. You can contact us by emailing Trenton365show@gmail.com. We also have Facebook, Instagram, or you can contact the radio station WIMG on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Guys, tonight, by the way, my name is Vont Leak. Tonight is a bittersweet night because if you guys do not know who I am, I've been an intern for Trenton 365 and WIMG for the past 10 months. And tonight is my last night here at the station because I'm heading off to college in 2 weeks. It's going to be a bittersweet night. So throughout the whole night, we'll be switching off. The regular host of the show, Jacque Howard, station manager Vennie Stansbury, and I will be switching off throughout the night. It's going to be a bittersweet night. We're going to just reminisce, talk about some memories, and I don't know, it's going to be a great night, but I'm excited. This is just the beginning. I know the hour's going to speed by quick, but we're going to have a fun night. We'll be right back with more of the Trenton 365 show right after this.
Every Friday night home game at Arm & Hammer Park are the perfect salute to New Jersey when your Thunder take the field as the Thunder Pork Roll. All fans can take advantage of $2 pork roll sandwiches throughout the game and see New Jersey's home team wear special uniforms and hats featuring the Thunder Pork Roll mascot, Slice. Special merchandise and tickets are on sale now. Find yours at TrentonThunder.com.
Lowe's knows dads do it right by having go-to brands and knowing where to get them. We do it right too, with savings on the brands he loves that also make great Father's Day gifts he'll love. Stop in today during Craftsman Days for all kinds of deals on Craftsman tools and power equipment, like a Craftsman 21-inch gas push mower now for just $199. For the perfect gift to make his day, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 6/19. See store for details, U.S. only.
Trenton 365. I am your, I don't know what to call me, semi-host for the evening, Vennie Stansbury. You're watching on WPHY, and you're listening on on the cable guide is SBN, and you're listening to WIMG. I got floored because you did this already, and you did a great job. Vont, I am going to miss you. Let's start with that. Vont Leak has been an intern, and he said 10 months. I tell people 2 years. But it felt like it. From the very first moment I met you, I had said, this is a special young man. I know that spiritually, when I meet certain people, my heart flutters, right? Mm-hmm. And there's 4 people right now that when I think of them, I get goosebumps, I get chills, and you are the 5th person. When I first met you, my heart just jumped, and it said, Vennie, you're going to have to help him in every way that you can. So when he needs you, I will provide for you to say yes. And then when you told me, your aspirations and wanting, I was like, well, then it's my job to make sure you are prepared. Mm-hmm. And now, looking back from your very first time to now, I see such an amazing young man.
Thank you.
I can't describe how much we're going to miss you here. It's like becoming an empty nester. Mm-hmm. And our baby is now going to be gone, and we're not going to hear their footsteps anymore. And that's how I feel right now. So when you put a picture up of me, you, and Jacque, I was like, I'm happy, but I'm sad at the same time. I want you to go. I just don't want to let you go.
Yeah, no. I want to say, and I'm going to say it again when Jacque gets here. I remember my first time coming here. I don't remember meeting you. All I remember is, like, I don't remember the conversation you and I just remember sitting in the other room, just seeing you and Maggie, and just since the moment I met you and Maggie, because I'd met Jacque beforehand, and even Steve, when I met you three, you did nothing but open me with welcome arms. You made me feel, and I said this, I went before, on my way here, I listened back to our first interview, me, you, and Jacque together. This is supposed to, and Maggie told you this, when you're here, it's supposed to feel like a family. However you make that possible, whoever walks into this radio station, it's supposed to feel like a family. It's supposed to feel like one unit. No matter if you're having the worst possible day in the world, once you walk into this building, you are having the best day ever. You're with family. And since the moment I've walked in here, I can truly, honestly say that you guys have done nothing but make me feel that happiness, amazing joy. And you've pushed me. Not only on like an intern level, I've become, like I said in my Facebook post, I've become more than an intern. You guys become more than mentors and role models for me, because we did the Gentleman's Ball together. Yes! We'll go more into that later. You guys have watched me grow, not even just as a host on this show or an interview or whatever, but just as a person. And you've helped me develop and taught me, like, if anybody that knows me knows one thing, whether I'm interviewing or just talking, I talk fast. It just comes out. Every interview I have, you tell me, you're like, all right, Vont, listen, babe, couple things. 1, blah, blah, blah. 2, blah, blah, and 3, you gotta slow down. But other than that, you're great. Every single interview, and that's all you have done, and you've just been there for me from the jump since I've been here. So I don't know what I'm going to do every Tuesday now without seeing my auntie. Stop, you're crying, stop. It's going to be like the dance again. Oh, man. It's emotional here, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, so somebody once before asked me to do that waltz with them. And I was like, no, go ask such and such, right? And when you asked me, my heart jumped. And I said instantly yes. So I told all 3 of my boys. And they was like, oh, because they feel like they know you. And they was like, oh, for Vont? Oh, definitely. Go ahead. And when you bowed during rehearsal, I got choked. But to see you in your tuxedo and your tails and your gloves, and when you bowed, I feel like I feel now. I've watched you transition to a young man. And
Stop, guys, she's crying, stop.
Because you are an amazing young man. You're starting your own company, and we want to talk about that.
Yes, we do.
But the love that you give is amazing. And so, yes, you don't know what you're going to do. I'm going to be bored. and messing with Jacque alone is not going to be as much fun anymore.
My goodness. That came long before me, and since I started coming here, we all, Jacque, Vennie, and Steve, and I just have this whole, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. It's this crazy family love, crazy functioning family. I don't know. It's the ball. I remember I came in here and I was thinking about it because I had my whole situation going on. I came up to Steve. I was like, Steve, because Steve's a part of the board. I was like, do you think if I asked Vennie about the ball, she'd say yes? This is literally what he did. He was like, dude, Vennie will jump out of her skin. And I just came and asked you, and it's just, I don't know. It just, asking you was one thing, but I didn't realize, I think, how close and how much you guys, you all, but you specifically, since we're just talking about it right now, just have grown on me. You guys have been a part of why I am part of the person I am today. And I don't think I'll be ever able to repay you guys for that. And so I want to say thank you, to Jacque, Steve, Maggie, Naisha, even Evelyn, our old intern, just for being able to bring me here and just allow me to have this opportunity and grow me into the young man that I'm becoming.
So let's talk about the gentleman's ball, because I want to go backwards. We're going to start with the gentleman's ball first, and then the prom, and then the beginning of the school year.
Yes.
So, and I'll give you the reason why I'm going backwards, okay? So for those that don't know what the gentleman ball is, tell them what it is.
So the Urban League Guild of Mercer County, they have this program called the Gentleman's Ball, which this year was the 37th year they've done it, where they honor young men throughout Mercer County, young African American, and now a couple Hispanics. Shout out Jose.
Yes, he's funny.
We love Jose, man. Where they honor them for all this community service, academics, all the programs and stuff that they've included themselves in. And so this year, I was grateful enough. I was graced and blessed with the opportunity to have been a part of it. So for 9, maybe 10 weeks, we went every single Wednesday to Hollowbrook Community Center to rehearse a waltz and a dance we did with our girlfriends and escorts, and then we had a mother and son dance, and my girlfriend was my escort. You were my mom figure that stood in for me for the night, and it was beyond an elegant night. Just to see a lot of young men that in a city that's so stereotyped, to see those men not stereotyped, to see them doing so good. We literally sat for an hour while Steve read off a list of things that all the guys did. Read community service, read church hours, read all these amazing things that guys done. And so it was a great experience to be part of that. I literally just told Steve, like, my Wednesdays are just weird now. Like, I don't have anything to do. I don't go to rehearsals, so.
And the waltz that you guys did was amazing with your dates, your escorts. But you killed it, though. You put them shoulders in it. Yeah. Yes, you killed it. I was like, get him, boo.
I did that.
You did that. Yes, right. Amazingly, one of your surprises in the bag, you'll be amazed when you see what's in your bag, for real.
You gotta tell me. They got me some gifts. They got me a cake. They got me a balloon, and they got me a bag full of WIMG gear and some stuff. I don't know what's everything that's in this bag.
When we come back, because we got 3 minutes, so when we come back from the break, I'll let you go in it, okay?
All right, I'm gonna go on it live for you guys. You get to open it with everything with me.
But I watched that, and I thought, but then when I was able to look at the waltz and the mother-son dance, I was so filled. But then your mom, your stepmother, and your father, and your grandmother, and your uncle was amazing. Like, I felt like I was a part of your family.
You are.
And I said, oh my goodness.
You are.
It was a beautiful night, and I'm grateful that you asked me to be a part of it. And words can't say how much that meant to me.
Thank you for being a part of it.
I put makeup on.
I thank you for being a part of it. It added the fact that you could be there because my stepmom couldn't due to personal things that were going on. You literally kept you were hesitant because the only reason you were hesitant was because I don't want her to feel some type of way. I was like, I promise.
Yes.
She's 1,000% fine with every week I came here. Then at the ball, I'm sure you said it to her
I
too.
did.
Yeah. Like, I'll take this dress off right now. I'll give it to you. You can go. I'll teach it to you.
You can go, because you know what? I didn't want her. I know that she's a large part of your life.
Yes.
And I didn't want her to feel jilted in any way, because it was such a beautiful experience.
Right.
And she was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, if anything, she was more than pleased and happy that you stepped in for me, as I am.
Yeah, it was great. So when it was time for me to get up, they was like, fellas, go get your mothers. They was like, okay, Miss V, let's go.
Yeah.
I said, didn't I tell y'all not to call me Miss V? But they did.
My dad stays saying, he's like, don't you call her Miss V? I was like, no, that's my auntie. He was like, oh, that's Miss V. I was like, she's family. You don't have to call her that.
Right.
You call her auntie.
I was like, just call me Vennie. And they was like, okay, Miss V. I said, okay.
Yeah, no, they're a crazy bunch, but I wouldn't be half the person I am today without them either.
Well, we are going to go to the break. And when we come back, I want to talk about your school year and let you open up your bag because, trust me, you're going to love what's in it, okay?
All right.
All right. This is 1300 WIMG. I'm Vennie Stansbury speaking with Vont Leak, who is our intern that's going away for college. You're watching on WPHY. You're listening on SBN.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Are you over the age of 60 and been diagnosed with lung cancer? If so, you and your family may qualify for a cash award. Our experienced attorneys are standing by to evaluate whether you have a lung cancer claim that qualifies you for a cash award. The consultation is absolutely free, and there is no risk and no money out of pocket. We only receive a fee when we secure you and your family a settlement. 250,000 people are diagnosed with lung cancer every year. You're not alone in this battle. We can help make sure that you and your family are financially safe and that medical expenses are covered. Again, if you've been diagnosed with lung cancer and are over age 60, call now. Don't delay. There are deadlines for filing claims. We're standing by 24/7.
Call 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811.
Attorney advertising. William Steppacker Jr. is the attorney responsible for this ad. Main office, Scranton, Pennsylvania. May not be available in all states.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled, even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call now and get peace of mind for you and your family. Call 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290.
And welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host for this evening, Vont Leak. Wow, I'm gonna miss saying that. Right now, well, first and foremost, if you're just tuning in, I've been an intern here at WIMG for the past 10 months, and it's a bittersweet night because this is my last show before I head off to college. So I'm spending it interviewing the two that have brought me up and paved the path for what I know how to do. Hopefully, I'll be able to say in the future best. Station manager Vennie Stansbury and host of the Trenton 365 show, Jacque Howard. Thank you both for, again, allowing me to be here tonight. In the past 10 months, because I don't think I'd be doing this. I don't think this would be possible. And I want to say, just looking at you guys right now, it's like, oh my God, like, it's like telling my parents, like, all right, this is it. I'm doing it. I'm leaving for college. I'm gonna do the same thing in 2 weeks when I actually go. But so before the break, Vennie and I were talking. We were talking about the gentleman's ball and our relationships. Like I said, tonight's just gonna be a night full of reminiscing and on the memories inside and outside of the station. Goodbye. Vennie has, I don't know what's in this bag. We're gonna open it in a couple minutes.
Yeah, go ahead. You can open it.
All right. They got me first. They got me a goodbye cake. It says congratulations, Vont.
Oh, why is that here? We need to cut that. We need to get that.
All right, we're going to cut it on the break. All right, hold on, wait, let's see. So, I saw the shirt. I got WIMG shirt. I like that. I got the official player WIMG jacket.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Vintage members only.
Yes. Mr. Root Magazine. That's amazing. All right, let's see what's in these two surprises. We got Craig Hayes CD album. We got
Zach Williams that you can't even buy yet.
Can't even buy it yet. And
now let me see this. This isn't a mixtape of love songs from her, is it? Let me see this.
You know what this is.
Oh no.
It's a record. It's a tape of Vennie's. What's this? The New?
The New song.
The New single. She did that. Oh my God.
No, for real, it's on there. Oh. It really is on there. Yeah,
it's crazy because I was I was telling Vennie on the way here. I was listening to our first interview, and that's when she did that first drop. I was like, God. I forgot all about that. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, let's hope that you'll be able to take that and really do something with it.
Yeah.
And maybe help further her career as a performing artist.
Because she did that.
She did that.
Drop the mic, did that. Boom. Yes. All that's on there.
Man.
All 40 seconds.
40 seconds of amazingness.
Yes.
Right there on that tape.
Right on that tape.
We were talking a little bit about the Gentleman's Ball before the break, and I'm going to let Vennie continue. We were just talking about a lot of the things that we've all gotten involved in, because not only are they my radio parents, but they have truly grown to be parent figures to me in the past 10 months. And it's been an honor and a privilege cannot even begin to express how grateful I am for these two, for Steve and for Maggie, for bringing me on to this station and even allowing me the opportunity. As an intern, I have no obligation more than to pour Jacque's water, take pictures of him and his guests after the show. Yet I've done this, and this is what I want to go to college for. For those who do not know, in 2 weeks, I'm heading to William Patterson University to major in TV, radio, and film production. And so this was a project that I've been brought on to do 10 months ago, and I'm going to pray that I've been doing amazing at learning the ropes, and I've had these two here to guide me. So I want to say thank you. And I just want to, I'm gonna get heartfelt at the end of this. I'm probably gonna make you cry again. I'm just letting you know that right now. So, but yeah, I'm excited for college. But this is, I feel like, so everyone knows what Blue's Clues is. Everyone knows what Blue's Clues is. When there was Steve and there was Joe, and the reason Joe came on a Blue's Clues is because Steve went to college. This is exactly what that feels like for me. It's like, wow, like this is it.
This is it.
This is it. Man.
One of the things that when you first came, I promised Alfonso. You remember the interview?
Yeah, that was
That was one of your very first interviews, and I promised him. He said, "I need you to take care of him," and I said, "I got him." And I was like, "Cause there's something special about him." And he was like, "Yes, it is." No, he's like, "No, for real, it is." And he can benefit from being here.
Right.
And I think I benefited more from having you here. I know he has, because without you, Jacque wouldn't be much of much. And, you put him on stuff, and yeah. So he really
something.
he really is going to miss you, because he's just not going to be the same without you.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting that I could be sitting right next to someone and they can be talking about me and for me, and she's not my wife. Isn't that crazy?
You know why? Because I know. I know
y'all just like this.
It's like, hello. Get his life. Get your life, yo. First single.
That's the first one.
That was the first one.
When I play this, I better not hear that one and be surprised too.
I could.
That's the B-side.
I could.
That's the B-side. So, but yeah, so I and I was listening to that interview too. That was my second week here with Alfonso, and you were like, okay, just come on. I was like, all right. I had no idea of like what you were gonna do, and so to you personally, thank you, sir, for not only teaching me how to do this, but for teaching me about the importance of engaging yourself in everything. Obviously, I kind of did that because I came onto this program, but being here and being around you simply taught me, listen more to people. Listen to what they have to say. Listen or watch what they're doing. And I truly have learned that. I've learned to ask more questions. I've learned to become more involved. And I've learned to put myself more out there. And because of all the people that I've met through you too, shout out to Will Foskey, I've been able to yesterday I launched my production company, which I'm very, very excited for. Which shout out to Will and all the guidance that he's given me with doing that, because it's something that I'm really passionate about, something that I want to do. I've wanted to do for a while now, and because of him, because of you, and just a bunch of other people that I've met here and been able to talk to, I did it. And so I want to say thank you.
Sure, yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. When I was introduced to you by Keith Wallace, Mr. Wallace, he made it clear how he felt about you. And he's someone who I've known for a while and someone who I respect. And then to actually watch and to see how you conducted yourself with cornbread, how you handle yourself at a festival, at a eating and food and music festival, it was apparent to me that you were someone who was already ready to progress and move on. You had a progressive mindset, and it was obvious, even the way you interacted with the rest of the guys in the band. And then to see you later through Mr. Williams, through Trenton Central High School at the internship, when I walked in and saw you and you gave me that firm handshake, looked me dead in my eyes, it was like this was a no-brainer. So kudos to you, also to your family, for your parents, for how they've conducted raising you, and all the people in your life. I also want to give a shout out to your extended family as well, because none of this stuff takes place by just one person or a couple of people. Right. It's the whole environment that you've been brought up in, which is awesome. As far as the internship goes, I mean, you make it very easy. A lot of, and Vennie will tell you this, a lot of times when you're in professional settings, oftentimes the most difficult thing is getting someone to the space where they're professional. If you have to show them how to conduct themselves, how to present themselves, how to speak, that takes away from the opportunity of really educating and just opening up yourself to them and pouring that out. Right. For you, that was easy. I know a couple of people had joked around and said, "Hey, is that your son?"
There's pictures. There's proof. It's just like,
and to be honest with you, I mean, when I first heard that, I talked to my wife. I was proud to hear that, because I hold you in such high regard in the way you conduct yourself and so forth. And again, Vennie will agree, I'm sure, that coming into a professional setting and not having to prepare someone to be professional, right, it just makes it so much easier. Now we can actually do the teaching. We can do the learning. Right. And since you were technically my first intern with Trenton 365 and WIMG, my whole idea about this was, hey, I just want to give you whatever I can and to provide you an opportunity. And you seized it. And I want to publicly tell you again about the video work that you've done most recently for the Skate Jam, and also the snippet that you did when I interviewed Passage Theater regarding R.E.A.C.H Soñando. Right. There's been nothing but positive feedback. I think that those two pieces alone, although they're probably not something that you're going to look at, in the future, but I think they're two great pieces to have in your portfolio as you go to college. And these have been seen by people. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of views. I mean, the guys over at the Skate Jam were hoping that you were going to be there last week so they could talk to you in person because of how awesome a job you did. So not only you as a person, but your technical skills, your professional mannerisms, and all those things, I think are going to serve you well. I think that you have a great opportunity in this industry, not only in radio and in TV, but also in filmmaking, to really do some amazing things. And I'm looking forward to watching you progress, and I know that you've got a home with Trenton 365 and WIMG, and that definitely. You got support here that you can actually say, no, the oldest radio station in New Jersey supports what I do. Yeah. Trenton 365, Civic Engagement Radio, supports what I do, and that you'll always have an opportunity and a platform, regardless of where I am and what's happening here at WIMG, to come back for sure.
I appreciate that. I really... she's not gonna let me leave for college for good without coming to say goodbye.
I wish you would.
No, but
I know, boy.
But
I'll find people.
Yeah, you won't let me. I know you won't. Talk me down. If not, you'll have other people track me down.
Yes.
We're about to come up on a break real quick, but so again, I want to say thank you to you. Before the break, we were talking about Gentleman's Ball. You said you wanted to dive a little more into this past year, how far I've developed doing this, and then me heading to college really soon. And we've talked about that. We've talked about that a lot, but I just want to dive a little more deeper into it because I think this, if anything, prepared me most for it. When I first came here and you and I went out to Pat's for breakfast, I told you that my focus was TV talk shows. I had no idea, and I didn't even know how to do it. I sat at home at a desk and just pretended to be Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien and stuff. And you, excuse me, you gave me the opportunity to do it. And I didn't know that radio was a thing. Then just being here and meeting people, it opened me up to so much. And I know I keep repeating it, but I don't think you can understand the extent of how grateful I am for that.
Well, I want to jump in. I don't know how much time we have before the break, but we're going to be through this the whole hour.
2 minutes.
2 minutes and then
you were late, so it won't be a whole hour for you.
Typical. Why are you going to go in that direction?
Okay.
But you're going to be. I'll be sitting with you in the next one. So within 30 seconds or so, and I'll tell you this, and then when we come back after the segment. Part of that is just the opportunity. Mm-hmm. It's almost like that transformation, to the butterfly.
Right.
Yes.
You always have that in you. It's just a matter of the process. And part of the process was just you getting an opportunity. Because again, you communicate well, you present yourself well. Literally, it was easy for us. And then I'd like to share a bit more after we come back from the break.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. It is the Vont Leak farewell show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with Vennie Stansbury and Jacque. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Are you over the age of 60 and been diagnosed with lung cancer? If so, you and your family may qualify for a cash award. Our experienced attorneys are standing by to evaluate whether you have a lung cancer claim that qualifies you for a cash award. The consultation is absolutely free, and there is no risk and no money out of pocket. We only receive a fee when we secure you and your family a settlement. 250,000 people are diagnosed with lung cancer every year. You're not alone in this battle. We can help make sure that you and your family are financially safe and that medical expenses are covered. Again, if you've been diagnosed with lung cancer and are over age 60, call now. Don't delay. There are deadlines for filing claims. We're standing by 24/7.
Call 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811. 800-917-9811.
Attorney advertising. William Stephacker Jr. is the attorney responsible for this ad. Main office, Granton, Pennsylvania. May not be available in all states.
Welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. This is the Vont Leak farewell show. Intern Vont Leak is going to be transitioning to William Patterson University, continuing his education in filmmaking, radio, TV, and communication. And myself and Vennie Stansbury, station manager here at WIMG, New Jersey's oldest radio station, are hanging out, just holding back emotions and enjoying some time with Vont and letting him steer the ship one final time as a high school student. And I'm sure we'll have him back on breaks and things of that nature. And who knows, man, maybe we can even do some on location or some remote broadcasting from a Vont Leak studio.
Oh,
man. So, Vont, one of the things I really wanted to talk about was your time at Trenton Central High School, especially this past year. Our high school gets such a bad rap. And yes, there are children who don't want to learn. But there's children that don't want to learn in Bordentown. There's children that don't want to learn in Hamilton. And they don't make it the whole school. Mm-hmm. They'll just make it some. But when it comes down to Trenton High, those 30 that don't want to learn make the rest of the 100 look terrible.
Right.
And because then they stereotype it being the whole school. I am a Trenton Central product. Trenton Central High School, 89. Yes.
Jacque can't relate right now.
He can't relate because he went to
Blue
Ewing.
See what she said? That was 1919? Is that what you said?
Hater. Because, they were blue dogs, right? With the little roof.
Blue devils.
We are,
Devils.
see, they not even good. They devils. They're like terrible. Here we
When
are.
are tornadoes good?
Tornadoes we terrorize everything on the basketball court, the football court. You don't want to mess with it. Everybody runs. That's how fierce we are. Who runs from a blue devil?
I'm waiting for the joke for you to say everybody runs from her. I'm waiting for that. I was waiting for it.
No, we're sitting too close for me to say that. No, we're good.
That's right. You will feel all my love.
Oh, man.
But as a Trenton High student for your senior year, I want you to highlight some of the things that went on as a senior, because I know my senior year was amazing. How was it?
Trenton High as a whole, I want to backtrack because I wasn't supposed to go to Trenton High. I was in Hamilton. I was at Grice Middle School for middle school, and then I was supposed to go to Hamilton High West. But some personal things that happened, and I ended up going to Trenton High. And when I transferred to Trenton High, I had I didn't want to participate in anything. I'm a musician. I went to band camp for honestly 13 to 15 minutes, and I left because I didn't want to be there. I was like, no, this is terrible. And I had heard all the stereotypes about Trenton, even though just about all my family graduated from Trenton High. And I was like, no, it's bad. XYZ is going to happen. I don't want to do it. Then I actually got into Trenton High, and from sophomore year, out of nowhere, I joined the Trenton Central High School Orchestra. I was the drummer first, turned into vice president, turned president of the orchestra. I joined the marching band my junior year. I am the editor-in-chief of the yearbook committee. And I think this year, specifically my 12th grade year, and I've really been reflecting on this the past couple of days too, has been one of the most rewarding years for me because I've put myself out there so much more than I ever thought I ever would. Putting myself out there is not something I'm afraid to do, but it's not something I thought I would do as much as I have this year. I met you through 2 counselors and started doing this. I had a video production class, and that led to me joining a film program I met Ed Asner, the actor. I've met so many people that have helped me propel in what I want to do. I've met and I've done so many different things. I've produced commercials that have been on TV. I've won awards. I just won a scholarship from a principal scholarship for $500, and it's just, thank you. I don't know. Trenton High, there's so much, not even just Trenton High, Trenton as a whole is just so stereotyped and put down. But it takes you coming to this show, or to the city, to really just see what Trenton's all about. Last year, Art All Night got shot up, and there were so many victims, and it was a tragedy because so many people look forward to that. But it's happening again this year.
Yes.
Thank God. And for a city that has so much going on, there are people that genuinely in the city do their best to make it the best. And I'm proud to say I went to the best high school in the state, the world. And I want to give a big shout out to all the teachers, Mr. Pucciati, Mr. Ruggiano, Mr. I can't even name all the teachers right now. So that helped me progress this year, and as a Trenton High about to be alumni as a whole. It's been truly rewarding and one of the best parts of my life.
I want to jump in there, and something that I appreciated seeing, the time that I've spent with you, is seeing you take suggestions and run with them. Mm-hmm. But a couple of weeks ago, watching the over at Rita's Water Ice where you work, to see that fundraiser that you helped to coordinate. Mm-hmm. To me, that was one of the highlights for me, because one-on-one in the studio doing the meat and potatoes of what you like, what you're really passionate about, of course you're going to excel in that. Right. But to see you act civically and to engage the 75 plus people who were there when I was there, to me that showed another progression, because as I told you from the beginning, we are not in a vacuum anything, especially people of color. Right. if we're good at something, it behooves us to expand and to try other things. And to actually see that you've got the understanding of how important civic is and engaging other people, especially other people who you may not come in contact with on a regular basis.
Or ever again.
And be comfortable and to do a good job. To me, that's like the trifecta. It's really a blessing. And I think that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like once you get to college and your other professors and counselors and so forth. They see that and they pick up on that and say, no, this young man, this man can do a lot more. He just needs more exposure, because that's what I think it is. I think that once you get to a position where you have a comfortability with your artistic side, what you want to do with that, I think meeting people is going to come easy. And you had mentioned a bunch of things over these 10 months about like some people that you have admired, who are in filmmaking and who are on television. I don't think that that's going to be an issue with you getting a chance to meet them and potentially work with them and possibly even exceed what they've done.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I could see that. So my son brought his daughters and his wife out to your event because I knew I couldn't make it. So I said, I need you to go. And I forgot to give him the money, but he spent it anyway. And what he said to me when he came back, he said, Mom, I didn't even tell him who I was. He didn't. He said, I watched him on purpose. And he was like, everything you said about him is true. He was like, I purposely didn't let him know, because there is an old adage in the Bible, you got to be careful of who you are entertaining, because you can be entertaining an angel unaware. So that bringing into our life, the way you treat a stranger is very important, because you don't know when you're going to need that stranger. You don't know who that stranger is. At that point, that stranger was my son. And not only was he happy, but now he was more than pleased that I was going to step in with you at the gentleman's ball.
Which was like 2 days after that.
2 days after. It made him really bless that. And once my oldest put his stamp on it, he feel like that's law. So he didn't tell you on purpose, because he wanted to see who you were outside of knowing the people that was there. He didn't want you to act different because you knew he was my son. And he said, that is a phenomenal young man.
I appreciate that. And just real quick to touch on that event, I think that was another great milestone. I think more specifically this year, because that event, I work at R.E.A.C.H and I'm now the president of the orchestra. When I first started that event 3 years ago, I was just a drummer. I had no responsibility to the orchestra. So to be able to put an event together like that, to not only raise money for the orchestra, but to be able to make sure everyone's always having a good time. I've been talking to my director the past couple weeks. I don't know who's gonna do that next year, because I keep it running, because I gotta make sure people are having a good time, and not only are us as performers having a good time, but everybody involved. That's what I feel is the most important. And just to see, that's one of the better events that I feel like Trenton needs to have more of. We're just come play music on the street, eat some ice cream, have a good family-friendly old time. And again, as I said, I don't think I'd have that quality really without knowing you guys, because you guys have let me know that it's okay to open up, to go see this, that, and the third, and to go talk to whoever. So Trenton High has definitely been one of the most rewarding parts of my life as a whole. I
want to jump in there about that. So the next step in that is taking what you have that's a success and teaching someone else to do it, which is part of the growing process that I've done here. You, as an intern, you provided an opportunity for me to step back and to encourage you and to coach you in doing what I did, and to pass on my knowledge and information about it, my experience.
Right.
And you did. I mean, you've done plenty of these shows. When I was out of town, you covered. Everything was fine. So, your the Trenton Central High Orchestra fundraiser at R.E.A.C.H, if you can't do it next year, if you can't come back, which I think you probably could, because your school year will be over, but it's a great opportunity for you now to say, hey, look, this is something that we've been doing for 3 years. and this is something easy for the next president or vice president to take on.
Right.
Here's the outline how to do it.
Yes. I will truly. Well, I'm not gonna miss those qualities. Those qualities, if not stick with me, they're gonna just get better.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna miss just being able to do something like that. But I know I have so much more coming. Like my new company, Vont Leak Studios, which you guys can go book today on Facebook. We're up on a quick break. We're gonna get ready to wrap up everything. This is it. So we're gonna get emotional. Vennie's probably gonna cry when we come back. So just get ready for the people watching at home. You guys are listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. We'll be right back after another short break.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call now and get peace of mind for you and your family.
Call 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290. 800-340-1290.
Show. If you would like to be an intern on this program or a WIMG like Vont Leak, you can always call 609-695-1300. Ask to speak to Vennie Stansbury, or you can send me an email, Trenton365show@gmail.com. You can also find me on all the social media platforms at Trenton365, and 365 are the numbers. This is the Vont Leak farewell show. He'll be leaving for college in a couple of weeks, heading to William Patterson. Yeah, in 2 weeks.
June 30th.
And he'll be taking communications, but he'll be hyper focusing on TV, filmmaking, etc. And the last 10 months have been nothing but a pleasure for me personally. Not only giving me an opportunity to grow and expand what I do, maybe from a managerial perspective, being able to guide not only you but also Naisha Kelly, who's an intern, and prior to that Evelyn. But we were talking off the air about where you are now, and Vennie was getting a little emotional, which she still is right now, which is okay, which is good. But for me, I'd like to take a look at this moment in time, right, where we are, and embrace all of that, like all of the emotions, the smells, the sounds, the temperature of your body, all of that, and kind of compartmentalize that so that it's something that you can always reflect on later. Mm-hmm. Because to me, I know this is emotional, but this is a super joyous time for me. Like literally in 10 months, the relationship that we've developed is really strong.
To some people, I'm your son.
Yeah, dig it. And I'm looking forward to the next steps in what you do. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about, okay, who do I know at William Patterson? Who do I know in that area? What's the probability of being able to get him connected with some other folks up there, and then watching that progression happen? Because it's not going to be long. I mean, before you know it, you're going to be 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever. It's going to be gone. And you're going to have this body of work that I can fully tell you, I'm confident that the body of work that you're going to put together is going to be world class.
I appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Earlier today, I was on the air with Mr. Root, and we was talking about you leaving. And I said I was going to, and I even said it on your tape. I said I will be stalking you. I will be stalking that page. And if it's something that I don't like, you will know about it. And if it's something that I love, you will know about it. But the reason I put She Did That, you know, new single by Vennie, produced, written, directed, mixed, and
Heard
put
twice.
on tape. Yes,
Heard twice
by Vennie.
Both times.
Right, I put it on tape because I wanted you to understand all of your past things. So you have a history in radio. You want to know. I don't want you to not know what a tape deck is. I don't want you to not be able to have a tape because this is important. Sooner or later, they said CDs are going to be gone, but you need to keep these things. As you see, I gave you a vintage members only jacket. That is going to be the warmest jacket that you have. Man. I wore that thing all fall, the one that I have. I wore it all fall until it got really cold, and then I put on a coat. But things come back around, and your knowledge is what it's going to be. So always know your foundation. And that's why I gave you a tape. If I could have put it on that, I would have. But I know you won't be able to find a DAT player.
That's all cool.
But because of the fact that you are such a wonderful young man, Maggie, when I was looking for a dress, she was yelling at me more. No, this is no joke. Maggie yelled at me and my boys yelled at me because I did not have a dress until Saturday. And they were on my back. They were. Maggie was to the point where she said, do you have the money for it? Like, I will give it to you. Because they were really on me about not. But I really wanted to find something that was special and appropriate. And so I took my time until I found it. And when I did, I was like, well, this is cute. And I got it.
Why are you looking at it like that?
I even wore makeup. See that? That was special.
Yeah. That's why he didn't come. He was like, man, I can't see her at the dress.
Yes, and the makeup. Because that was just so much with heels.
Y'all should have seen her. Y'all should have seen her.
But that's because you're a phenomenal young man.
Absolutely.
And Maggie really was. She was stressed that I didn't have a dress. I texted her and said I found a dress. Like, I had to. Because she cared for you. Steve cares for you. And you came in as Jacque intern, but you really became an intern to the station. Even when I introduced you to Hassan,
yes,
he's dead serious about making sure he stays in touch with you and that you call him because print is something you're going to need.
Most definitely.
Right? When I told Zach and when I told Craig, I was like, I'm putting your CD in his bag. They were all excited because they want to be a part of your journey. And they were excited that a part of them will be going with you to school. And I would tell you, stick it in, listen to it. And on them hard days, put it back in because like he said, you're going to take the moments, you're going to remember everything that WIMG was to you. And when you're having those rough moments, those days where you're tired of studying, those days where you feel like you can't, we will be your reminder, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna, on the days that I need to pick me up, those will be what I listen to. But the days I need to just jam, it's your tape.
She did that.
It's your tape.
That's
It's your tape. I'm telling you right now.
Because you're going to jam.
Yes, I am. I want to say publicly that this has been. I can't even I keep saying, like I said, I just keep repeating the same things, but I can't be able to express how grateful I am for everybody here. And For those who have never been to the station or have met these two, just stop by. Don't even stop by. Just listen to them. You just hear how loving and welcoming they are in their voices, and they're not paying me to say any of this. They're not at all.
You sure? Because I got,
Look, man.
50 cents.
If you want to talk after, we can. Yeah, you want to talk after?
Wait till you get to school. Send you money there.
Care packages and stuff.
Yes.
So, I just want to say this has been an amazing experience. So, to Vennie, I want to say not only as a figure as a radio station, I want to say thank you. Thank you for loving me and taking me under your wing since the moment I came here, for doing the Gentleman's Ball with me, for holding that honor, because not only does the Gentleman's Ball honor the gentlemen, but it holds a standard for the escorts, for the moms, and you have on more than one occasion expressed what it took to be a part of that with me. So I want to say a big thank you to you. To Steve, who you guys don't ever hear on the station, but does so much. It was a part of the Gentleman's Ball. It was there for whenever I needed to talk to somebody about situations I had going on. He guided me through everything that it took to become a gentleman. When Jacque's on the air, sometimes him and I go in there, just talk about whatever, have laughs, so many inside jokes. I want to say a big thank you to Steve. To Maggie, who isn't here every single week, but when she is, make sure she gives me a big old hug, lets me know, like, you're doing great. And I'm just like, Maggie's like one of those people, like, you don't ever see her, but she's always watching. She's going to be like you, like, she's always stalking me. So, to Maggie, I want to say thank you. To Naisha, I want to say I don't want to gloat, but according to them, you have some big shoes to fill.
Yes.
So, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have half as much of a great experience and time, learn half as many things as I have at this program with these people, and I wish you all the best of luck. And I thank you for, even though you've been here a couple months, I know you're going to do an amazing job filling in my shoes. To Jacque, to Jacque, Radio Dad, you have taught me so much about people, about respect, about community, about anything that there really is to. Whether you sat down and said to me, all right, Vont, let's talk about it, or I've just sat and listened to you. And I don't think anybody else has ever been that much of a role model for me to be able to encapsulate, to learn and be able to hold all those traits. So to you, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of someone that prepared me for my future, because William Patterson has the #1 college radio station in the nation. So, and I'm going from the #1 radio station, the oldest radio station in New Jersey, to the #1 college radio station. It's a big jump, and you, not even as an intern, you were going to have me on as a guest, and now that I've been blessed with this opportunity, I cannot be more grateful, or can I say I've been more prepared, or have I been prepared by the right people? Thank you, sir.
Right.
Absolutely. You're welcome. I love you, man.
I love you too. Love you too, Auntie. Love you, Steve, and love you, Maggie. Wow. Is there anything else y'all want to say before we?
Yes. I want to say, look.
Love you, Maggie.
I want to encourage you, for real, to seize the moments, because you did that. And Jacque is 100% correct. You already were articulate. The biggest plus about you were your willingness to learn. You wanted to know. You wanted to hear the negative so that you could make it better. Mm-hmm. You didn't just want to hear, okay, give me all positive. And that's what I appreciate, because constructive criticism is going to be your biggest challenge.
Now he's crying.
And
I ain't ashamed to cry.
And you needed, you took it well, and I love you for that. You're going to be amazing, and I will stalk you.
I appreciate that.
So
30 seconds. I took off.
Yeah, exactly. Just button your lip. We'll take care of that next week. Anyway, Vont, you know how I feel. We're gonna stay in contact.
Most definitely.
I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate who you are as a person. Again, kudos to your family and your support system. I'm glad to have played a part in your life from this point up to this point, and hope to increase going forward. I have nothing but wonderful expectations for who you are as a human being, but also as a man, and how you'll progress forward. I'm just excited for you, and You got my support. You know that.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.
And as the always famous, legendary Johnny Carson said, who is a role model of mine, I bid you all a heartfelt good night. And for the last time, you've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. My name is Vont Leak. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to talk soon. And until then, good night, everybody.